Hey, welcome in everybody. This is Bob, and thanks for tuning in to KC Craps, and more specifically, our Let's Play series, where we are basically gonna just do live rolls of craps and see how well we do. From time to time, we'll invite some friends, maybe a gaggle of friends, if you will, and try to have a good time while we're playing some craps. Today's episode, though, specifically is going to be dealing with the Crapless table on a smaller budget. Call it a $500 challenge. And I'm gonna take one of the original methods of playing craps, utilize the cum bar, and see if we can't get some money on the table, make a profit, lose our shorts, or somewhere in between. Let's find out. I'll go get the dice. Let's start playing. All right, so we're gonna do a $500 challenge. We've got our chips right here waiting for us. We called ahead. They got them out on the table and said, as soon as you're here, you can jump in and start playing. Not really. All right, so we've got $500 to start. We're going to try to work on a crapless method that will allow us to play on a smaller bankroll and still be lucrative when we are trying to build up our bankroll to play heavier on the crapless table. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start off by playing my extremes. I'm only going to play $10 per number, 2, 3, 11, and 12. That's $10 per. Plus, I'm going to utilize the come and the pass line. Now, I've got $40 out currently, so I'm going to put $50 here on my pass. That will allow, if a 7 comes, I'll win 50 and be able to easily replace that and get $10 back every time that happens, if it happens more than once. In the meantime, as we start off fresh, I'm going to get a little spicy and start with a $50 field bet just to see if I can't get a cheeky little bet in and hopefully make a little bit of money and get things started. So with that said, the puck is off. I'm not playing anything in the middle here to start. Let's get going, see what we can get. I've got a 516, 666, easy 6, mark the 6. So that was a waste of $50, but we do come up there. Now I'm going to drop $10 on the come. Now that I'm playing this method, my goal is to get a couple numbers up there filled and hit them almost immediately so that I can start dropping them down to cover the 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. And I want to have pass line odds, so I'll put $50 back behind. That's a 516. How about that? Right back. I like it. All right, so we'll get $70 for our bet behind, plus we'll get $50. Now, since I hit the 6 and I just won this money here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make my 6 $60. And that will move up there, and I'll add $50 to that as well. So all said and told, I made, I didn't make, well, I did actually. I made $10 off of that after pressing that onto my 6. All right, let's get set up for the next roll. Now, with this, I'm going to tell them that I want to work my extremes, the 2, 3, 11, and 12. My 6 will not be working. That's a 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3. Mark the point 3. So that goes there. We earn $30 for 1. So I'll just take it out of what they were going to pay me. So I'll get 4 ones back along with the $25. And now that we have a point established, I'm going to want to have money out on the come, so we can continue doing like what we're doing there on the 6. That's a 4, 3, 7 out, just like that. They had a weird little kiss there, but that's okay. We're not come out of it by any means. Yes, we take a little bit of a hit, but that's craps. Craps giveth and taketh away. Fairly easy. All right, let's set up again. 2, 3, 11, and 12. Turn our puck off. I'm going to go with $50 again on the pass line. And I'm going to put a cheeky little $10 bet on the field. Let's see what we can roll here. That's a 5-1-6. Man, that field bet is not working for us today. That's okay. So we'll mark the point on a 6. I'll put $10 up on the come. And we'll set up for our next roll. Oh, I need pass line odds. I'm going to start for a quarter. I know it's not much, but I'm running a little thin on the bankroll, and I don't want to have to rebuy. 3-1-4, easy 4. All right. So we'll put the 10 up here, 50 pass line odds. Drop another 10 on the come. Why is it every time I'm rolling here and I put money on the field doesn't hit? Does that seem to happen to you guys too? That's a hard 8. 4-4, hard 8. So we'll again put the $10 up here, $50 behind. Now I've only got $50, 2 more greens left. So we may have to have some rolls go by us and hope that we get a repeater at some point. So there's our 10. 4. We needed that. 4-4-4, easy 4. All right, so that's going to pay us, let's see, $100. So there's 100 plus the initial 10 that was underneath it. Now we can either leave it or we can drop it down because this will allow us to keep this here if we want to. For the purposes of this, I think I'll just take it down, put $50 there, and I'll just leave that right there for the next roll. So I collect 120 off of that. I'm going to go ahead and increase my pass line odds to 50. And we will roll again. Point is 6. That's a 4-2-6. How about that? We needed that. It was a 4-2-6. So let's collect our odds. There is that. Plus we get paid there. And that will get turned off. We'll put that up there. That helps with the bankroll a little bit. Now, with us on the come out, I'm going to work my extremes. Everything else, 4 through 10, will be off. Work my extremes, $50 pass line. Puck is off, and you know what? I know it, but I'm going to do it. I'm a glutton for punishment, apparently. 3-1-4. Hey, it paid off that time. All right, 4-4-4. Mark the 4. That can stay there. But I'm actually going to go ahead and move it to the 10. We'll get paid here on this 4, right? So I'll take that and I'm going to place it up on the 9. Collect that back off the... Actually, what I'll do is instead of collecting it, I'll just put it right there for my pass line odds. And see if we can't get a repeater. Come on, something big, something big, something big. 5-3-8, easy 8. So that worked out. We get paid $70 for the 8. I'm going to go ahead and put $50 on the 5. I'm going to drop this down to here for $60. Collect my 20 and set up for our next roll. We need, we just need one more number. We need to cover that 6. Oh, you know what? I never put my pass line odds on that. Good thing we didn't hit that 6. That would have been bad. 2-3-5, 5-5-5. No field 5. All right, that pays $70. So we're going to make it 120. Actually, we'll make it 100 because it's a 5. Yeah. 100 pays 140 on the next hit. That's where we're really going to start collecting once we get the black chips on the table. Okay, let's get our hard 10 back. Come on, repeater. Go. 6-2, easy 8. There we are. That pays us another $70. And we're going to go ahead and we will bump that up to 120. There we are. There's 120. Collect that 10. There's 1 and 2. And I'm going to go ahead, since I've been getting a little bit of success and I'm not putting any more money out on the come, I'm going to up my pass line odds to 100. 6-5, yo, 11. All right, so that's going to pay us $30 on the yo for, dropping my chips again, for $1. So we'll collect that dollar vig or commission. Now I will swap the 10 for the 25. Again, that's just a low risk, high reward type situation that we're trying to put ourselves in with the 2, 3, 11, and 12 extremes. Okay, there's our 10. I want a 5 or an 8. That would be nice right about now. 8! Easy! Wow, I guess if I ask for it, they'll give it to me. All right, so that's going to pay me $125.40. So that pays $140. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bump it up to $150. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I've got $120. I'm going to collect this. Let's collect it. We haven't collected a black chip just yet. So we will collect that. Got to kind of replenish our bankroll if we're going to continue playing. So we don't want to miss out on those opportunities. The next one we will actually press up. 5-5 hard 10. I like hard 10s. All right, so that's going to pay us $100 for 5. We'll collect that. Actually, what I'll do is I'll collect 100 and I'll add 50 to it. Actually, I'll just do this. Yeah, look at that. So I collect the original bet back and just pressed it 50. Okay, next roll. Come on, repeaters. I need a 5, 8, or 10. 10, right back. I like it. Easy 10. That's going to pay me $200 for 10. Now I'm going to go ahead and, since I hit that 10 again, I'm going to raise that up 100, keep 100, just use half of it. See if we can't make some magic happen. That was a nice comeback too. Okay, 5, 8, 10. Those are our best numbers. A 10 would be fantastic. 6. 5, 1, 6, easy 6. All right, so we've got that right there. That's going to pay us, what is it? $70, including the $10 underneath. So we'll go ahead and just drop this down. I'll collect my 70. Actually, what I'll do is I will take my 2 and 3 and bump them up to quarters apiece. Now we keep on rolling. So we're getting set up for success here. I like the direction that this roll is going. Just need some repeaters. 5, 5 hard 10. Now that is a beautiful thing to see. Why is that? Because we just got 40 bucks or $400 for 20. So they'll do that, do this, collect that up. Now, that gives me a little bit of money to play with. So usually what I like to do is I like to raise up my 10 and my 4 or the 5 and the 9 at the same time. But I don't have that luxury right here because 4 is the point. What I could do is I could place the 100 here on the 9 or take 100 of it and put it on my pass line odds, which I will do because if that 4 hits, that's $400 commission free that I would collect. Now I'm going to go ahead and bump the 9 up another 50, pull that 50 off, and that's where we will sit. So raise that up a little. kept some of it as well. Now let's see if we can't capitalize on that. Remember, we want now a 5, 8, 9, 10. 10 is the best number, even a 4. 5, 5, hard 10. Holy smokes, we're racking this in. All right, so there is another 400 for 20. Pull that off. So I'll put the nickel here behind. Now what do I want to do? Do I want to press up any more? You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a quarter down on the midnight. Put that right there. Pull the 10 off. And I can go up to 250. Actually, I can go up to 500 if we're doing 10 times odds. But we're going to treat it as 5 times odds on this table. So I'll max it out at 250 and stop right there. Let's see if we can't hit that 10 again. That would be nice. 5, 6, yo, 11. See, we swapped that out a little bit ago, and that definitely paid off. So that's going to give us $75 for 3. I'm going to put all of it on the 11. I'm not even going to collect it this time, remember, because we're black chip hunting right now. Collect that VIG. Set up our dice. That 11 right now would be $300. The 10 would be 400 because it's 200. I've got 100 on 9, 120 on 8, 60 on 6, 100 on 5, and a quarter on 2 and 3. Plus I got $250 back here on my pass line odds of a $50 pass on the 4. What do we get here? That's a 5, 3, easy 8. All right, 120 pays 100, 25, 30, and 40. 140. Now, we've already hit this 8 once, so what I could do is I could press up the 8, or I can go ahead and press up the 6 and make it 120, which is what I think I'll do. Make that 120 and pull the excess off. Just slowly but surely raising our bets, continuing to play, not overexposing ourselves so that we don't get in trouble with our bankroll. All right. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. We like that. That gives us $75. And we'll have to drop a VIG, so they'll give us $2 back. VIG is basically a commission, just so everybody at home knows. I will put that 100 on there. Just change it up to a black chip. There's my change from my VIG. And now we shoot again. Come on, 4. 4 is our best number right now. 1, 2, 3, right back. How about that? All right, so that gives us 300 for 15. Good way to remember it, for every $100, it's $5. All right, so what do we want to do here? Do we want to raise anything up? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to put, you know what, I'm going to add, I'm going to raise a little bit, but I'm not going to go crazy. I'm going to add $50 to the 3, $50 to the 11. Collect the rest of it. Just a little press, just a little press. Just to keep things spicy, as if you will. Whoops. There we go. There's my other 5. That's a 1, 3, 4. Easy 4. And that, boys and girls, is the point. So we've got 250 behind here on my pass line odds. That gives us a cool $500 plus another 50 on the pass itself. We're going to take the puck. We're going to turn it off. I'm going to collect all this beautiful money that we just earned, our first $500 chip. Collect the rest of it, and let's see here. So I've got $350 out on the 2, 3, 11, and 12. I do not want to play that because that is too much to expose. However, what we can do is you can take advantage here with either a horn bet or a C&E, crap check plus an 11. The crap check takes care of your 2, 3, and 12, and then of course the E is the 11. So I'm going to do a $20 C&E. Put that right there so you all can see it. If it hits, fantabulous. If not, that's okay. It's just $20. We get 6-2, easy 8. Mark the point 8. So there goes the 8. We'll pull the 20 that we lost right there. Now, do I want to move my 8 to the 4? I think so. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull the 20 off, put the $100 on the 4. Now, if I look, I've got 200 on the 10. Do I want to match that? I'm going to say yes, because we've actually had a pretty successful roll at this point. Let's see. I'm going to put $100 back on my pass line odds. And let's roll. We've had a pretty successful roll thus far. 5-3, easy 8. And that is right back. I love seeing that. All right, so let's get paid out. That's going to pay 140 plus 50 on the pass line. Those buckshots are always lucrative, especially, you know, once you start getting some money up on the table and collecting in. It just makes the game that much more enjoyable. Okay, so our puck is now off. I still have 50. I don't want to work those. I'm going to go with a $20 crap check C&E. We'll now set our dice. That's a 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, we had $20 crap check, which is 10 and 10. If we have $10 crap check, that pays 7 to 1. So that's going to give us $70. Now, the E will fall, or it stays there because it's one continuous bet, right? Do we want to keep it up? Do we want to parlay it? I'm going to collect it because of the point has been established on the 3. We'll then take this 150. I'm going to pull $10 off because I'm going to go back to the 120 on the 8 and collect the rest. All right. And speaking of setting up, I'm going to put $100 back on my pass line. That will pay $300 if we're able to hit that 3 again. How about that sneaky little horn bet hit in there? That was pretty nice. Three, 4, 7 out. Okay. Yes, we lost. But you know what? We really didn't lose. So there is 500. That's 1,000, 1,500, 1,700, 18, 19. There's 2,000, 75, 2,100. There's 25, 50, 75, oh, almost 100. There's another 100. 25, 50, 75, and 100. There is 10 more plus 2 more that we use to make change. I think you guys can see that. Holy smokes. All right, so we've got 5. There's 1,000. There's 1,500, 17, 18, 19, 2,000. That is 2,100, 22, 23, 2,312 is what we just earned on that roll. How about that? Oh, I guess I don't really need to color up because we're not leaving the table. It just looked pretty having those 2 yellow chips there on the table. All right, so let's collect this off. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take the same method that we just used, and we're actually going to up our bets. So I'm going to sell back, let's sell back $200 in red. And I will get green chips for that. So there is my red chips going back into the bank. Collect these up, get my greens back up. And now what we will do is we will clear off the table. All right. Now we'll turn the puck off. Now, what are we going to do this time? Well, we're going to play mostly with greens. So we're going to take $100, 25, 25, 25, and 25. So there's 100. I'm going to put 100 on my pass line. Now, remember, if a 7 comes, I win $100. That will cover those, but I will lose it if a 2, 3, or 12 come out. And so what we need to do is we need to play our crap check, or we can do a C and E. The C, the crap check, pays 7 to 1. So if we put $20 on a crap check, that's going to pay us 70 because it gets split. So if I put 30, 15 times 7 is 105. So we'll do that. We'll put $30 crap check. Okay. That'll cover our $100. If that comes and the 11 hits, well, $15 on 11 to 1. So, yeah, we're covered. Here we go. Whoops. Hold on. That's me knocking chips over because, you know, wouldn't be a video if I wasn't knocking over chips or dropping them on the floor. I seem to do that quite a bit. All right, here we go. We're on the come out. So that's a 2, 3, 5. No field 5. So we didn't lose anything other than the $30 from the crap check and 11, C and E. So we'll mark our 5. I'm going to start off with $50 behind just to minimize what I am putting onto the table. Now, up here, I'm still going to play $10 come bets because I can maximize it up to $100 if we're doing 10 times, or $50, which is where I want to be if on those numbers. That way I can start pulling down and getting those place bets covered. And since we're actually moving everything up to quarters, what I will probably do this time is I will put 50 up, and as it hits, I'll split it and cover the numbers down below, getting us on to looking for repeaters much faster. There's a 549, 999. So we had nothing on the 9. That moves up there. I'm going to put $50 behind. And we just roll again. I know this is kind of boring method to doing it, but it's all about risking as little possible to get the biggest gains. 549, right back, buckshot. All right, so that paid off for us fairly well. That's a $70 hit. So now what I will do is I will cover my 9 and 10. I will then cover my 6 and 8 for $30 each. And now we really only need one more hit. So instead of doing the come bet, that 9 hit nicely, I'll just put 25 on the 4 and we're good to go. I can't complain with that. A single hit getting us almost completely filled up. That's a 5-3 easy 8. So that's going to pay us $35. I'm going to bump it up to 60. Collect my 5. Set up for the next roll. Five, 6, yo 11. All right, so we've got a quarter on it. It's going to pay us 75 for 3. I'll just drop that down for change. Give us change. Collect, collect. All right, so I'm going to press up my 3 and 11. Still collect a quarter off of it. There we are. 314, easy 4. There's another $50. 50 for 2. All right, so it's on the 4. I'm going to put 4 and 10. That puts us $50 each. I'm not going to collect anything that time. We get a 516, easy 6. We are having ourselves a nice couple of rolls here. All right, so that's going to pay us $70. I'm going to go ahead, or no, I'm sorry. That pays us $35. I only had 30 on there. All right, so I'll bump that up to 60. So currently we've got 25 on the 2, 50 on the 3 and 4, 60 on the 6 and 8, 25 on the 9, 50 on the 10, 11, and a quarter on our 12. Okay. Point is 5. 2-2, hard 4. All right, that's going to pay us $100 for 5. So I'll collect that. Pull that 5. So the 4 hit for $100. You know what? I said I was going to collect it. I'm going to bump up my 4 and 10 up to $100 each. Just using the casino's money that they gave me for those rays. And I'm going to add 50 to my pass line odds. Make it a cool $100 behind. Okay. Four, hard 8. 888. That pays us, we've got 60 on there, so that's going to pay us 70. I'm going to go ahead and bump it up to 90. And then I'll bump my 6 up to 90, just using what the casino gave me. Just bumping up the sister. Okay. Next roll. 549, 999, 9 Neener. Neener from Pasadena. $35 is what we get there. Let's see here. I'm going to bump it up to 50 and collect my 5. Now, I know I've got 100 on the 4 and the 10. Remember, I don't have anything on the 5, so I just raise up the 9 because there's no sense of putting that there if I'm playing odds back here currently. Okay, there's that and that. Would love to see a 5 right about now. 4, 5, or 10. 5! That's the point. I even asked for it. I can't argue with that. All right. So let's collect. There's our winnings. Turn the point off. Now, again, what we'll do is we'll do a $20 C&E, all right, to help protect on the come out with our pass line. That's a easy 10, 6, 4, 10. Mark the point 10. So we'll mark our 10. Now, I had it on the $100 on the 10. My 9 is at a 50. So I'm just going to slide the 5 over there, and I will just take the 50 and bump it up to 100. Just do a little press, Nothing extravagant. We still want to make money, but we don't want to go crazy. And I lose out on my 20 from the C&E. That's a 2-2 hard 4. All right, I've been seeing a lot of hard ways here recently, so I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to cover my hards. $5 on each. 4, that pays 200 for 10. All right, so I'm going to just put half of it on there, collect the other half, drop the VIG over there, and now we can set up our dice. Oh, I need odds on a 10. Ooh, I'm going to put 200 behind. No, you know what? I'm just going to maximize it. 250. 250. That's what I'm comfortable with based off of what we've been getting. And look at that. I am so glad that I got my odds in. All right, I lose the hard 10, which is okay. That pays me a cool 500 on the backside, 100 on the front side. We're starting to get some good traction going. Now, because that 10 hit, I'm going to go ahead and raise my 4, because that's the sister pair, up to 300. Turn the puck off. Now, I'm looking at it. Let's see, how much do I have on here? Okay, let me bump these out. So I've got, there's 75, 150, 350, 500, and what is that? $30. I've got $530, and I'm gonna go ahead and regress down to $50, 60 on the 6 and 8, because I want to collect some of my profits, especially right after I hit the point, just for peace of mind. I want to make sure that I collect profits. All right, so 2 and 12. So I need $100 in green. Covers the 4 and 5, and another 100 covers the 9 and 10. All right, we're set. Now with this, I'm going to pull my pass line odds. Okay, I'm going to go back to $50 on the pass. Leave it right there, and let's get our dice set. Puck is off. We have the printer set up. 415, 555, no field 5. That's okay. Lose out on that. And I'm okay with that because I didn't want to lose my 50 here. We'll mark our point, collect the 50, and just drop it right behind the pass line. That's one reason I like to have all my money set up so that when a point gets established, I just drop it back here behind and I'm good. Just so that I don't forget what I'm trying to accomplish when setting up for success. Here we go. Wow, that bounced all the way back. We get a 6-2 easy 8. So we lose our hard 8, which is okay. We put it up there just in hopes that possibly something would hit. We've got $60 there, so we pick up 20. God, I can't talk. We've got $60 there, so that will pay us 70, right? So I'm going to use 60 of it and press these up to 90. That will pay 105 on our next hit. This is still only the second run on this. Wow. Okay. Here's our roll. That's a 2 aces. We like aces. We've got $50 on that. That's going to pay us 300 for 15. Now, do I want to raise up? You know what? I am. I'm going to put $50 on my 3, make it 100. $50 on my 11, make it 100. I still collect 200, even though I'm using 100 of it. I collected 200 of it, and yeah, we're definitely in good shape now. All right, let's set up our hard 10. 5 is the point. I've got $50 back behind my $50 pass line. Ace is right back. Holy smokes. All right. That is going to pay me $300 again, right? I wish I would have pressed that for 15. All right, so I'm going to press my 2 and my 12 because that would have paid 600 on the next hit, but I wanted to go conservative. But you know what? Oh, didn't mean to hit the camera. Sorry, folks. I can't wait to show you what I have back here in my rack. Holy smokes. Okay. There's our hard 10. So now we currently have $100 on the 2, 3, 11, and 12, $50 on the 4 and 10, 50 on the 9, 60 on the 6 and, or excuse me, 90 on the 6 and 8. There it is, 7 out. You know what? I am not going to complain when you see what I have back here. All right, so let's count out how much we had on the field. There's 400. There's 500, 600, 700, 800, and $30. That's what we have on the what we had out. Now, what do we have here in our bankroll? There's 1,000. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start the other direction. $2. Here is 20. 100, 200, 325, right? Now let's bring out our $100 chips. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 500, 1,000, 15, 2,000, 400, 3,400. So there is 5, 10, 5, 20, there's 3,000, 34, 35, 36, 37, 25, 45, 47. That is what we are currently sitting at on our bankroll after those rolls. Trying to find a methodical way to play crapless without losing our shorts. And to be honest with you, yes, it will take a couple of rolls. You have to be aware that if you're not catching rolls, you're not going to produce like this. However, if you're getting rolls and they're happening really nicely, I mean, this is what we did in about 40 minutes time off of an initial start of $500. All of this right here, profit. Profit, profit, profit. So that's 25, 29, 31, 32, 45, 47, 32, 47 in profit in just under 40 minutes because we got 2 really good rolls on a Wednesday night here on our Let's Play. It couldn't have happened any better. 1,000, 2,000, 3,500, 747. Oh, hey guys! What a night. Starting off with a base of $500. We ran up over $3,200 profit in tonight's episode, all utilizing the come method in playing crapless. Now, will this work every time we walk into a casino and try it out on the crapless table? No, it will not. I guess we should have gone to the casino tonight. Anyhow, my name's Bob. Thanks for joining us here on the KC Craps channel. This was the Let's Play series. Be sure to tune in to Sunday's episode where we're going to talk about how to play craps and be breaking down different segments across the table, talking odds, talking how to place bets, what to do, what not to do, those types of things. I think we got a good episode for you coming up this Sunday. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video. Go ahead and subscribe because that does help me. Turn those notifications on. You'll know when I'll post my next video. We'll see you next time here on KC Craps.